Hey everyone, and welcome to the S79 Sew Along Saturday. So in today's tutorial we're going to turn a blanket into a super cool poncho, which is great for snuggling up and watching TV in. It's a brilliant wearable if you're still trying not to put the heating on at home and save a bit of energy. So let's go make it. Okay, so today's sew along is really easy and it's super quick and will keep you super warm. So we're going to start with taking the throw. My throw is a 150 centimetres by 120 centimetres. This is a standard size small throw, which will be perfect for making this warm cozy poncho. So the first thing we're going to do is find the stretchy end. Usually most blankets or throws will have one end, one way that doesn't stretch very much and the other side that will stretch a bit. And we want that side to be the part that goes around the neck, the collar bit. So taking that side, which has got the stretch in it, I want mine to be about 4 inches, so a nice chunky collar. So if we double that over, that's 8 inches we need to allow for the collar. So I'm going to measure 8 inches in from the outer edge, so 8 inches in, and I'm going to mark it using chalk or something that will show up. So just put some marks all the way along. So this is the next section. We're going to pop that. Quite a lot of fluff comes from this. A word of warning, you're going to need to get the vacuum out after this. So put this to one side. Take the rest of your throw and we're going to fold it in half. So we have the throw folded in half. Got fluff everywhere. There we are. So it's in half there, and this is the folded edge. And we're going to fold it again, so it's folded into 4. So you'll have the centre of the fold there. So it's the actual folded edge, the middle of the blanket. So taking the middle of the blanket, which is all the folded sections, make sure it's nice and flat. I'm now going to put a mark 3 inches from this folded corner. So 3 inches, make sure it is the folded corner. And I'm going to mark it 3 inches in. Really make sure you can see this line. Then I'm going to come in at an angle from the corner and do another 3 inches mark. And again there. So we're marking 3 inches in. We're trying to cut half of a semicircle. Quite sure what that's called, but half of a semicircle all the way around. So it's 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches. Just going to go over it, just draw in the line roughly like that. So it's 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, and 3 inches. And then we're going to cut this out. So it's quite thick layers. So it looks like somebody's taken a big bite out of the middle of your blanket. So there's a hole in the middle of your blanket now, which should be big enough to fit over your head. If you need to enlarge it, then obviously you can enlarge it. If it feels a bit too big, don't worry, we can correct that at the time that we put the collar on. So there's the blanket with the hole in it. Obviously it's all unfinished, and at the moment I'm getting fluff in my hair and fluff in my mouth. So there we are. So now we're going to take the piece that we've kept to one side, the 8-inch wide piece that's for the neck, and going to just fold it. It is a bit messy, this is, because it's shedding lots of bits, but we're going to just check that this fits round the widest part of your head, and I've got a lot of hair to get it round. So just holding the one end, we're going to measure it, and you don't need to pull too tight, but obviously just measure it so that it's roughly round, and mine is about there. It's around about 22 inches, the average sort of head, 22, 23 inches. So once you've measured that, and I'm just going to check my measurements. This is a messy one, and I do apologise. You're going to probably have to hoover up after this. So that's 22 inches. So I'm going to allow an extra inch just for the seam allowance, and put a mark. So if you'd rather not measure it around your head, if you work it out to be about 23 inches, you're probably going to be fine like that. And then we're going to chop that piece off. There. So what we have now is a piece that is 8 inches by 23 inches. But just checking that that will go over my head, and it will. We can go, we can start. My hair's going to be full of bits of fluff now. Right, so holding this so that you've got the right sides. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to work out the right and the wrong side. So obviously choose the side, it's usually the smoother side. So with right sides together, fold it over, and we're going to stitch along this short edge here, because it's got some stretch in it. So start off, do forwards and backwards. This is quite thick fabric, so to get it through the sewing machine, you may have to give it a little tug, you may have to give it a little push. Be careful of your fingers, don't sew your fingers. Ease it through. Just make sure you're going through both layers of fabric. Stitching. Forwards and backwards at the end, there we are. Okay, so folding the blanket back up to the same way that it was when you cut this section out of it, we just need to mark the centre points and the side points of the hole. So I'm going to use my pins for this to begin with. So I'm going to put a pin in the top layer at that point. I'm going to put a pin in the bottom layer at that point, which is the folds. I'm then going to put a pin in the outer layer only, there, and then in the fold, and then I'm going to peel that away and put a pin in there, so that when we open it all out, so there you can see that we have the circle that's been cut out with pins at the 4 points, so the front, the back, the side, the side. So taking the neck piece that we've just cut, okay, which is this tubular shape, I need to do exactly the same thing. So I'm going to find my seam that I've just made and put that at the edge. That's the back, so there's the seam running along there. I'm then going to put a pin in here, front, so back, front, and we just need to mark the sides, and we're going to do that by opening it out and putting the seam on top of the pin. Put 2 more pins either side, and I'll put a pin in where the seam is, just so I can see. So there we have the tube with pins all in around the raw edge. This is the edge that was finished off on the blanket, so I can leave that as it is. So lay your blanket out onto your table. These are the shorter sides, so this is the shorter edge, this is the longer section, and the 2 shorter bits here and here. So the longer bits are the front and the back, whichever way around. So with your blanket layout, so this is the wrong side of the fabric, wrong side facing up. Take your tube, and with the right side face pointing out, you're going to join the pins together like this, all the way around. Join where the pins are, join them together, taking out the other pins. So the 2 pins go together, take out 1. There we are. So you have the blanket with the hole in the middle and the tube is going inside there, like that. And we're going to stitch these 2 pieces together all the way around. So I'm going to put some more pins in. There we are. So it looks like this, with the tube in there. And so turning the blanket the right way round, you now have, just trim off the thread at the top, trim off any loose ends of the thread, and you now have on the right side a blanket with a nice tube roll top. So now we have this raw edge which we cut off earlier. So along the side that we cut off, which is this top edge for me. This is the wrong side, this is the raw edge. We're going to just turn about ½ an inch over, pin it down, to stitch all the way down this line of pins. With the raw edge now stitched down with a nice wide zigzag, you've got some stretch still in there just like before, so it's time to try it on. So your seam in the top is your marker for where the back is. So just put it over your head. There we are. Find the edges in here. And a fabulous wearable poncho. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I haven't left you in too much of a mess with bits of fluff everywhere. I do apologise, but it's worth it because think how cosy you'll be wrapped up watching the telly in your new poncho. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm bringing you more Saturday sew-alongs every Saturday, along with other videos as and when I make them. They'll pop up on my YouTube channel, so please subscribe, and it doesn't cost you anything, but it does mean you'll get to hear about those videos as soon as they're published. So look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.